Picture this: you spent months, maybe even years, blood, sweat, and tears working on your medical school applications. You've done everything possible, you've gone to interviews, and then you get the dreaded email. We've placed you on the wait list. Your heart sinks. You start wondering, is this it? Is my career over? Is my dream over? Well, I got good news. Do not give up yet, because today I'm sharing everything you can possibly do to get off that wait list and turn it into an acceptance, including a crazy story about a friend who got off a wait list the week of orientation. Also, stick around to learn, because I will share what not to do during this process, since that may actually harm your chances of getting in. So I've spent days, hundreds of hours, researching the entire medical school application process. Reddit, YouTube, Student Doctor Network, podcasts, you name it. I obsess over things, so maybe now you don't have to. And recently, I've been getting lots of questions from undergrads that I know asking about update letters, and I thought it was kind of a lot to explain everything one-on-one, so I thought maybe I could make a video, make it a little easier to explain some of the insights I've gotten over my research. And I also always wanted to make a YouTube, so I guess I was a little selfish in that regard. Welcome back to my channel. This is Med, and today we'll be talking about everything possible you could do to get off the wait list. First things first, what does it mean to be on the wait list? It means you're a competitive applicant. They liked you enough to keep you in the running, but they just don't have any spots for you yet. And this is something medical schools say, that you have done everything possible, you have all the characteristics, they liked you, they just don't have enough seats. Acceptance rates off of waitlists vary widely. Some schools take many students off, while others may take very few. Most of the movement occurs after April 30th, which is when accepted MD students have to narrow down their option to one offer, according to the AAMC plan to enroll deadline. Some schools have tiered wait lists, where they rank applicants in the order of how likely they are to fill their spots. Other schools have something called a rolling basis. So the earlier you get an interview, and if you get waitlisted, the higher up you are on that waitlist. That takes me into my first tip, and that is to apply early. I know it might not seem like it might fit in to getting off the waitlist, but if you maximize your chances of applying early, if you receive a waitlist on said school, the higher up you're going to be on the waitlist, and more likely you are to get off of that and turn into acceptances. Let's talk about what you can do immediately to improve your chances of getting that acceptance. Number one are letters of intent. These are essentially commitments that you would be offering to the school that you would attend no matter what if you were given acceptance. With this, you want to be sincere and very specific. You want to make sure your mission aligns with that school and they can see this connection, and you want to express any geological ties you have to that school. Why essentially that this is your number one choice and you will attend no matter what. Even if you get acceptances at other schools, this is the one you will go to if you're given a spot. And you don't want to be sending in a letter of intent to multiple schools. That is wrong on so many different levels. Please check out my video on letters of intent for more details on how you can write one to optimize your chances of getting in. Number two are update letters. These are essentially not as of a commitment as letters of intents are, but these are going to demonstrate your committed work ethic and your dedication to the school by providing them with an update as to what you've been doing since that application and that interview. So you're going to be mentioning your research hours that you completed, your clinical hours, if you got a publication since you interviewed, if you got a scholarship, anything like that. You want to put this in a update letter and send that in to the school for their consideration. Just make sure that these are significant updates. You don't want to be putting in minor updates and saying like, I worked another 2 weeks in my scribe job. It's not significant enough. This will show that the school that you're very excited and want to remain under consideration. Number three are letters of interest. These are essentially a lesser form of the letters of intent. They don't carry as much weight, but this is to reiterate your interest in the school and why you want to attend and why you would make a good fit. So you want to talk about, as you would in a of intent, geological ties to the area, any connections you have made with the faculty there, any of the current students, why you want to basically attend. So make sure you research that school and make it specific and niche to that institution, not something generic you can send it to any other school. Refer to my prior videos on update letters and letters of intent to use some of the guidelines in how you can make these letters the most polished and error-free and to maximize your chances of getting in. Ideally, you want to be making these in one-page format in a Word or a PDF. Make sure you're referring to the school's guidelines on how they want it submitted, and even if they accept it in the first place. So please double check before you do this, because if you don't, it may actually harm your chances of getting in. Number four, staying in touch. but not overdoing it. Okay, this is important. Do not overdo it. You don't want to be that one applicant who sends in an email every week or calls their admissions office every single week. They will make note of this, and this can severely harm your chance of getting an acceptance. Something to consider I've seen across my own research is sending in a update letter or a letter of intent pretty soon after you're waitlisted, within 1 to 2 weeks. This essentially shows that you're very interested in going to this institution and not waiting till the end of the cycle where it might seem like you're out of options and you're saying, if you take me, I'll go here, essentially. That being said, if you've had significant updates, feel free to send another update letter in the later stages of the cycle, usually April or May. That's when the movement begins, and this could be a way to resurface your name to their discussion about what students accept. And once again, this is really important. Please make sure you're not spamming the admissions committee. They already have a ton of work to do, tons of papers to go through, essays. You don't want to be being a nuisance, essentially. Number 5 is networking and mentorship. If you have a mentor or a contact, like a faculty member or alumni that you know of that went to the school that you're applying to, politely ask them if they would be comfortable putting in a word on your behalf. And you might be a little hesitant in doing this. And schools generally discourage aggressive lobbying, but a professional, low key recommendation can be helpful on your behalf. And once again, what harm does it have if you don't try? At least ask the person that you know if they would be willing to do this. You just never know what could happen. Another thing you could do is attending open houses and visit days. Please just still make sure you're attending events that are for accepted students, but open houses typically are, as it says, open to most applicants. So if possible, if you are willing to and able to in your schedule, consider attending these events and demonstrating your continued interest in the program. Another tip is staying professional with this and positive. Admissions committees are impressed by grace under pressure. So don't be pushy, whiny, or negative if you're not hearing back from them. Just be professional. Section 6, what not to do. Please pay close attention to this section because if you do any of these, it can harm your chances of getting in. In your letters that you're sending into the schools, whether that be a update letter, letter of interest, or intent letter, you don't want to be trash talking other schools at all. You can praise the school you're applying to, but do not put down other schools. It is not a good look and will not come across as well. This seems like common sense, but I feel like I do need to say this. Do not send in gimmicky gifts like food baskets, anything like that to the admissions committee. This is not the time for bribery and it will not go across as well. Once again, I'm restating this because this is really important. Do not call the admissions office every week asking about the update on your status or an update on the waitlist. If you are really curious about the status of the waitlist, I want to preface this that I don't recommend this, but if you are very anxious about this, you can look on Reddit or Student Doctor Network to see if students are mentioning that they got off the waitlist. And this could be a way to track it, but once again, I do not recommend this because you don't necessarily know what order the waitlist is listed in, and it's just added pressure. On a more positive note, I want to talk about a story where a friend of mine who had been waitlisted and he was absolutely gutted. He had lost hope that he was going to reapply, take and need to take another gap year. So he lined up a job in Boston across the country, and he was on his way. He was driving. He packed everything up and driving on his way to Boston, and he gets a phone call from the school I'm currently at right now with James saying that he got off the wait list and he was accepted. Keep in mind, this was orientation week, so he had to turn back around and go back to his own state, and he's currently a med student here. And just a side note, James is currently thriving in med school, and I just wanted to mention that because it does not matter the way you get it at all. 7 is about managing expectations and self-care. First, I want to remind you again that being on the waitlist is not a rejection. It means you are competitive. They liked you enough, you have all the qualifications to get that interview. It's just that spots are not guaranteed, and that there are limited spots for institutions. So, what are some of the tips that you can use to stay sane? Is focus on what you can control, sending in updates, working on your application, and being positive. And 2 is preparing for plan B. This does not mean you lost hope yet. This just means you're being proactive about the next cycle. If you do need to apply again, that you're getting that head start and sending in your application as soon as the window opens up in the next cycle if you do need to reapply. Take care of yourself. The waiting game can be very stressful. So try to stay off the internet if you can. And many students do get off the wait list, sometimes even in July or August, like James here, and just hang in there. in this section, I want you to remember that it is not over until classes start. Stay positive, stay professional, and stay hopeful. And I just wanted to recap all the key factors that you could do to maximize your chances of getting off the wait list and getting accepted. One is applying early and strategically. Two, sending in a strong letter of intent, update letter, or interest letters. Staying professional and engaged at events, and staying in touch, but do not spam them. Have a backup plan, and don't be afraid to reapply. Just be proactive. And don't lose hope. That call can really come in any last minute. I hope this deep dive gives you a more sense of control over the situation of your waitlist. Please drop a comment below if you have any questions. Let's support each other. Use the comment section, use this community to help yourself and others get through this. It's a very big achievement that you got to this stage, and it is definitely not over. Just stay hopeful. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. Subscribe and share with a friend who you think might be in the same boat. Remember, you're closer than you think. Thank you so much for watching. This is Montubed, and I hope to see you on the next video.